Hello, good morning, my YouTube friends. I am taking a ride in the Corvette, unexpectedly, but I was going to begin working on it today, and they're repaving our road here. You can hear the trucks. All right, never fails. I'm taking a ride in the Corvette now, as you can see, and I guess now that I'm in it, I'm going to try and see if it is still sputtering. I talked a little bit about it on my birthday video about how difficult it is for me to do the simplest tasks. You know, I can't imagine I've put off changing the distributor cap, the rotor, and a few simple things. And there's a good chance I don't have to even change anything. And that it's, you know, quite possible that there was some dirt in the fuel lines. Anyway, here I am, we're taking a spin, and I'm going to the bank with hopes of not withdrawing. You know, it's funny to listen to people speak about their YouTube channels and how profitable they actually are, and they've turned into a real business for them. But I don't know what it is that works out for certain people. Certain people run the extra mile when they don't need to, I think. And here's an example. I was all keyed up to playing an acoustic guitar and singing at a party this weekend on Saturday, 41st beach party of Edward Carver. And it was like in a very large home, kind of like a mansion. And there I had a chance to play, and you know, son of a gun, nothing like stalling your car. Glad nobody's watching me. Oh, yeah, try first instead of third. Okay, see, there is that little bit of sputtering still, or fluttering, or whatever you want it to call it. I'm going to try and set this phone down somewhere where I don't have to hold it. And you guys might be able to see, still sort of a ride, but these are the back roads of Oxford. And, you know, I should come out on Route 67, supposedly, so, okay, I'm going to kind of maybe put the phone here. Let's see what we can see. That looks like it's working. We'll soon find out. There's a lot of things that come to mind that I want to mention about YouTube and YouTube in general. I don't know if anyone has the same experience or if it's just my age. I can't seem to get out of my own way. I'm not that enthused to do anything. When I think back, going to school, I spent a lot of years going to school. You know, I have a bachelor's in English and a teaching certification in English that goes with it. And then I met my wife Martha in music school at Central. And I just took a whole slew of courses. I didn't really put them in any followed curriculum. But they're all graduate level courses. And so I have that. It's not no degree to follow it because it's called non-matriculated. Okay, great. Anyway, I did that, and I was enthused about going, and thinking about a child working on a model car, 10 or 11-year-old kid, opening up the instructions and getting all so happy he's going to build this. That's the kind of feeling you don't get. I don't have anymore. I wish I did. I used to be so enthused about doing things. And I don't really know how and or why, but I did come to one conclusion. The mere fact that I didn't want to play at that party, and some of the people who were there were saying, oh, I never heard you play. You know, they really wanted me to play. But son of a gun, I couldn't get out of my own way. You know, I was so tired that day, and I did not want to say I don't want to go to the party, because I've canceled so many times, you know, just going as a visit. So I figured I'd pull myself together. The food there is always very good. I didn't eat a morsel. You know, I didn't eat a morsel. There was just nothing that appealed to me, you know. That's you know you're not well when there's such a variety of things to choose from and nothing seems to really appeal to you. Gave it some gas at first, as you can see, and it did not sputter. So the problem might not be under the distributor cap like I thought. I'll take a free gift, like the car cured itself, right? The car curing itself is a great deal. There sure are enough Corvettes on YouTube, especially these, the C4s. There's an exact one like this that Mike has, and he really goes out of the way to make his a one-of-a-kind. You know, doing all these professional touch-up things here and there. Turns out his is actually a Z51, and it says Z51 on the bill codes. This Corvette on the same sheet, bill codes, it does not say Z51. However, this is an extremely early Corvette, 1985. It's like really a 1984 and a half. And it has everything the Z51s have, meaning an oil cooler, the larger sway bars, they're a little thicker, and it has, besides the oil cooler and the sway bar things, it has something else, a few other things that make it a little bit more high performance. But this has all of them. They just didn't call it a C51 package. Anyway, this particular car has quite a bit more horsepower than originally planned, you know, from the factory. It's supposed to be 330 foot-pounds of torque, which is a lot of torque for a light car. This is just barely over 3,000 pounds. And the thing about this car is it actually always felt a lot faster than 230 horsepower. But anyway, it's got a few simple upgrades. The coolant air bypass the K&N filter with the K&N box, which doesn't have the ribs. You know, it's a nice open kind of a situation, and it's a lot lighter than the stock air filter grill. So I changed that, and I put in besides the coolant air bypass, I put it looks like a butterfly, it's aluminum, and it goes right over the throttle body. You know, some kind of a little booster. And I thought it worked. I did all three at once, so I don't know which one really did the trick. I'm going to cash in my pocket full of lottery tickets. Unfortunately, maybe, well, I should say fortunately, maybe I can win a couple things. I always get this feeling I'm going to win. And it's a good feeling to have. Anyway, I feel pretty motivated today. I'm going to try and stay that way. Here it is, a Corvette pulling into a handicap zone here, but I do have a sticker, which is really for the Lexus. But I made a double. I don't know if this is still going. Let's sort of hope that it is. Wow, 11 minutes and 45 seconds. Well, I hope everybody has a good day. And I'll see you later, alligator. Take care, everybody.